What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I wanted to go over something that isn't quite credit cards. Not quite credit cards. It just isn't credit cards. I'm going over investing advice, really. And it's a way to get 16%, a 16% return every year, guaranteed. And I know you're probably asking yourself, how? Well, I'm going to tell you. But before I start, make sure you hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And remember that I'm doing a giveaway, which I'll get into all of the details at the end of the video, so stick around till then. So you're probably really asking yourself, and you really want to know how you can get a 16% return every single year guaranteed. Well, it's very simple, and you're probably going to laugh at what I say, but it's very simple. I'm serious. It's very simple, and it's kind of what I preach a little bit. I don't think you've ever heard me say it, because most of the time I'm talking about what are like the different reviews for investment sites and all that stuff. Don't really go over investing too much. So 16% return. How can you really get it every single year? Well, this is an article that I read by Mark Cuban. And you know, Mark Cuban always says logical things, and it's not just coming from me. So I understand that I may be a source, but Mark Cuban has more of a reputation. So I always throw his name out there. But Mark Cuban, someone asked him, hey, you know, how can you get a large return every single year? Pay off debt. Very simple. Pay off all of your debt. And I know you probably think that that's not a form of investing, but it really is. If you're saving on interest, if you're saving on the amount of money that you're paying out, you're gaining money in some ways. You're gaining money in most ways, because your normal spending is this much, but now you're dropping it to this much because you're not paying the interest, you're saving the interest rate, and you're going to have all of that money back after it's paid off. So this is a great way of doing it, and I kind of preach this just because it's logical. I don't know how many times I can say it. It is logical. This article actually talks about the enormous amount of credit card debt, the enormous amount of debt in general. It basically says revolving credit card balances are $420 billion. That was a study done in late 2018. So $420 billion, I can understand why it's that high. People like me who always have a consistent 30% credit utilization, I understand why that's the case. I try to have, you know, somewhere around 20 to 30%. Since I have bills, I have the bill, I pay off the bill, but by the time I pay off the bill, the next month's bill is actually happening. So it's a revolving 30%, which is fine with me. That's nothing that's bad. I'm always making my payments. I don't have any struggles at all. But for the people that do have struggles, that just have large balances and they roll over and they're paying off minimum payments, that's just insane. So that's not considering total credit card debt, which is $944 billion, or the multiple trillions in mortgage, auto, and student loan debt. So just factoring all of that in, I mean, you have so much debt on the table. If you can take all of your debt, just think about how much debt you have right now. If you're watching this and you have student loan debt, if you have any type of personal loan, credit cards, a computer that you haven't paid off, something that you're paying in interest, it's just insane. You could probably think of it and go, wow, I'm paying so much and I'm trying to invest in the stock market. That's probably why you searched this video and found this video, was because, you know, you have 16% guaranteed. But, you know, it just makes it 10 times easier to be able to gain this money when you're just saving money. You're literally just finding a way to pay off your debt sooner, lowering that interest rate that you're paying, and then getting the money back in your hands sooner. So I think this is 100% logical. If you don't, then surely comment down below. If you feel like this is a bunch of malarkey, then go ahead and comment down below. I don't know why I keep using that word, malarkey. Maybe because I don't want to say bull. So you're probably thinking, like, how is that equal to 16%? Because you don't know. You could have a ton of credit card debt. You could have a ton of, you know, mortgage loans, all this other stuff, all this, you know, bad debt, good debt combined, but paying interest. You could have all of this and you could have 20, 30%. You could have less. You could have 8%. So Credit Karma did a study, and the 16% basically comes from there. They basically say that the average rate of debt is around 16% that you have. So, I mean, I'm going off of different studies, not my studies, because I'm not going to go out there and study a population or survey a population or a sample size, whatever. I'm going off of what I see on this article. But 16%, it's just insane to think about it. If you have less, then you have less. If you have none, then congratulations. You really don't need to focus in on this video, but I appreciate you watching the video. But if you look at stocks, a lot of people are probably saying, well, I can gain more of a return than what I have in debt. The interest rates that I'm paying in debt, I can gain more of a return. Well, if you actually can, then that's definitely a good thing. I'm happy for you, but you should still pay off your debt, just because that limits the amount that you're actually gaining. Because if you paid off your debt, find a way to minimize that interest rate, and then you're still investing in some form or fashion, then you're going to be gaining a lot more in gains throughout the following years. So to look at something else, stocks from 1950 to 2018 returned 11.1%. Bonds returned 5.8%, and 50-50 between bonds and, stocks, and you're having a diverse portfolio, returned 8.8% annually on average. So that 16% is looking amazing. If you are a person that solely tries to invest and you still have debt, just pay off your debt. It's as simple as that. If you pay off your debt, you're going to get to a point to where you can gain a lot more quicker. I don't know how many times I can say it. So you're probably saying to yourself, maybe you're saying to yourself, I'm kind of guessing at this point. Most of the time I'm guessing here, saying like you're probably saying it. You're probably not saying anything. You're probably just watching the video, but I'm rambling. So you're probably saying to yourself, I don't really invest in the stock market, and I have no money to give towards any type of bills, any type of debt that I have. Well, there's ways that you can shave money and save money, and a lot of people kind of don't like to do it. But you have to do it, and I'll get into some ways. So the first way is you could pack your lunch. You want to set up portions for your meals. That's a thing that I do. Every Sunday, I will cook off all of my meals for the week. And then I'll package them away and I'll eat them so that I don't spend money on McDonald's or, Burger King or other restaurants that I probably shouldn't be name dropping. Next, you could turn off all the lights. Obviously, I'm not turning off any lights. I got 2 lights going on here. There's probably lights going on downstairs, but you can save electricity. That'll be a very minimal cost, but you can save electricity and save money in that way. You could also make a list when you're going shopping. This is something that helps me 9 times out of 10. The 10th time, I don't create a list because I'm very busy. So it helps you out because if you're hungry, then you only get the stuff that's on the list. If you go to a grocery store hungry, I don't know if you have this problem. You probably do without knowing it. You go to the grocery store without having a list and you're hungry, you start to get things that you crave, what you smell, and all that type of stuff. Just go there with a list. It's the best advice you could possibly have this year. The next thing you could do is drop the vacay. If you have a vacation scheduled, if you want to schedule vacations every single year, if you have 3 vacations and you're paying $2,000 each, just save that money, put it towards whatever debt you have. And I understand that you want to do fun things. Make sure you have a fun time. So fun. You want to stop doing this and spending money when you have all this debt that you're paying interest on, especially like mortgages. I mean, you're paying, if you haven't seen my mortgage video, I can post that one up in the cards. I will be making another mortgage video so that, it's an up-to-date one, but it's just insane knowing how much you're actually paying in principal on a mortgage. Yeah. So, but that's a whole nother story. Just drop the vacay and it'll save you a lot of money. Also, you can make your coffee at home. If you haven't seen Graham Stephan's video to where he goes and talks about his 20-cent iced coffee, I guess you can check that out. I know a lot of people that watch my content, they watch Graham Stephan videos, so they probably already seen it or you already seen it. So, yeah, I mean, 20-cent iced coffee is not a bad thing. If you want to find a way to just make your own coffee and find a cheaper way of making your own coffee, then go ahead. But make your coffee at home. Don't pay $5. Don't pay $7. I don't know how much coffee costs. but I know it's more than what you can make it at home. Also, you can cut your cable and your subscriptions. These are things that are very tough to give up. A lot of people don't want to give them up because they're used to these things. I like watching cable sometimes because a lot of times I'm doing a lot of busy things, so I just want to relax for an hour or so. But if you have trouble paying off debt or paying off debt quicker or faster or whatever word I'm looking for, then go ahead and cut these things. It will only help you out in the end. So these are things that you could do. I know this is a way of looking at it and investing, I guess. This getting 16%, getting a 16% return on your money every single year. This is a way of looking at it. It's not the best way of looking at it. It's not the most exciting way of looking at it, but it is a way of looking at it. And it's probably the most logical way. That's my video, guys. Hopefully you do like it. If you do, hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. It truly does. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And remember that I'm doing a giveaway, which is 2 Amazon gift cards when I hit my 2,000 subscriber mark. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to be entered in this giveaway. But I'm going to have to get out of here. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.